Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Green Eyes, man. Um, I want to talk about this William Scull versus Canelo fight. I just literally just got done watching it. Um, I thought the fight was, dull, but a lot of people want to, I know a lot of people want to say William Scull, he was just running, quote unquote. He wasn't really engaging. I mean, um, now I felt he could have did a little bit more. But at the same time, Canelo is supposed to be this elite fighter, right? And you know, you should know how to cut the ring off. Man, we all know Canelo, he's never really had the best footwork at all. He has great upper body movement. I give him credit for that. Um, but his footwork has never really been the best. He's kind of flat footed. He has slow feet. And, just like, the fight against Aries Lady Laura, he really couldn't he really couldn't cut the ring off that well. Man, with the Cuban style boxing, that's um I know a lot of people are just like, they don't like that type of style and they don't like all that moving and all this stuff, but hey, this is boxing is not just about, rocking and soccer, man. You have different styles, okay? You have boxers, you have boxer punchers, you have counter punchers, you have defensive fighters, you have, inside fighters. It's just so many different styles. Um, I know with Canelo, the styles that really giving problems is guys who can move well. And I know watching the fight, William Skull, you know, yeah, I wish he would have threw more a little bit. I wish he would have threw more punches, but um, I was literally looking at Canelo's face. Canelo was getting really, really frustrated. um, I can't remember what round it was. I think it was like around the end of the eighth round. Canelo walked back to his corner. He was just shaking his head. I'm like, oh my goodness, because I think he wanted dude to just stand there and just bang with him. Like William Score had the best, or he had a good game plan. It's just um, wish he would have threw more combinations. When he was, I mean, the punches he did throw, more so that jab. He was landing, he was landing, he was landing some punches. Not I mean, not enough to get Canelo's respect really, but he was landing some punches. Um, Canelo, like his best work was really in the body. Um, and it was I. I mean, I had to fight. I mean, I really don't plan on watching this fight again, but I mean, when I watched it, and I was watching it thoroughly. I mean, I had it 7 rounds to 5. I mean, you could have had it. You could have had it a draw. I mean, anyone who had a draw, hey, I wouldn't blame you because I mean, yeah, it wasn't the most entertaining at all. But I mean, I barely had Canelo barely winning that fight. Williams Skull probably could have. I mean, if he would have probably taken um, if he would have just threw more punches, like him, and then actually with him being a bigger guy, you know, I'm surprised he didn't come at Canelo, more. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he was like 3 inches taller than Canelo. He was bigger, so he could have like mixed it up. He could have boxed him. He could have came at Canelo, but his plan was, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm not gonna stand toe to toe with this guy. No. So I give him credit for that. Um, but I've always said if Canelo was so elite, man, somebody and you know, he should have Somebody need to teach him how to cut that damn ring off. I mean, that's what training camp is for. You know, somebody need to work on this footwork. And another thing, like one thing that was really pissing me off about this fight was the commentary. Like Daniel Jacobs was the only one that was. I mean, Daniel Jacobs was the only one that was really keeping it real. Um, but other than that, man, those other two commentaries, Sergio Mora, man, I don't ever want to hear this guy speak. Like this man is so damn biased, man. Oh my goodness. Um, like he is such a Canelo just fanboy. I mean, it's just crazy, man. But I kind of like just didn't listen to the commentary. It was just so bad. But the fight itself, I mean, yeah, it was a little dull. Um, I know people want to talk about the Devin Haney fight being dull, but if anything, Devin Haney, the Devin Haney fight was, I think if I'm not mistaken, Devin Haney landed more punches than he did. Um, I say the Devin Haney fight was a little bit more entertaining than the Canelo fight. I mean that was, um, that's my opinion. But like I said, somebody really need like Canelo needs to go back to the drawing board and learn to cut the ring off. I mean, not everybody's gonna want to stand toe to toe with you. Okay, that Cuban style of boxing, which I think is underrated. I'm a fan of it. Like look at the way they treated Rigondeaux. Like that man was, in my opinion, criminally ducked. By a lot of fighters. No, a lot of fighters didn't want to fight him. That's why he had to jump all the way. He had to he had to jump all the way up to 135 to get a meaningful match against Lomachenko. I mean, we saw how that turned out, but you know, I know a lot of people don't like that sticking and moving, but I mean that's just boxing, man. You have so many different styles. It's just if you're an elite boxer, you should be able to know how to do everything. Um, I remember heavyweight legendary Joe Louis said he was able to win a lot of his fights because he knew how to cut the ring off. And I know a lot of these fighters nowadays they don't know how to do that. So I just think at the end of the day, Canelo needs to work on his footwork. And after the fight, and I know him and Crawford had that face off. I mean, I'm looking forward to that fight. Me personally, I think Crawford needs to take a tune-up, at least at 160. You know what I'm saying? Like this, he is getting up there in age. He's 30. I think he'll be 38, if I'm not mistaken, in August. So, yeah, I just think he needs to take a tune-up. Because taking another year off. I mean, ain't no telling how his legs are going to be, man. He be 38 years old, so I know he keeps himself. I know he keeps himself in shape 24/7, and that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I salute him for that. But now he's jumping up 2 more weight classes. He's fighting in unfamiliar territory. So I mean, we'll see. Like I said, this is gonna be a very interesting fight. I'm looking forward to it. As far as who's gonna win, I don't know. I mean, I'll do my breakdown. As the fight gets closer and closer. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that Canelo versus Crawford fight. Like I said, as far as like the fight with Canelo and Scull, I grade Canelo's performance maybe like a C. I give maybe a C minus. Um, I mean, Canelo could have put his foot on the gas a little bit more, but you know, he was smart. You know, he didn't want to be reckless. So um, but yeah, that's my thoughts. You know, I had it 7 rounds to 5, barely for Canelo. If he had a draw, I don't blame him on that either. So, um, and, you know, so whoever watched this video, hey, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the fight. And what y'all looking like. If I'm looking forward towards the Crawford Canelo fight, cause I am. So yeah. Hey, peace out. You have a very, very blessed day, y'all. All right, peace.